Mind the noise. Chase the adventure.
We're recording live from Belfast, Northern Ireland. This is the Nevermind podcast with Matt Nadaneski from Nevermind Adventure Tours, and I'm here with Jane Arnold and Leanne Johnson, two adventurous ladies from Melbourne, Australia. So let's just kick this off. Jane, is anyone on this... we're on tour in Ireland, by the way. We're halfway through, and I thought we'd just kick it off with a bit of controversy. Is there anyone on this tour that's particularly annoying or pissing you off?
Oh, we won't even start there. Not a good place to start. No one's not annoying me and really pissing me off. There's perhaps someone I haven't connected with.
That wasn't a loaded question. I was just fishing to see if we got a very cool group of people here. I think
Absolutely.
We're 5 days in, 6 days in, 5 days riding, and it's. I got to say, I'm blown away by the country. We started in Limerick. We started in Dublin, then we busted to Limerick, jumped on the bikes. We've ridden to Galway, Sligo, Marlin Head, then down to Belfast, and every day it's been exhausting but incredible. So what do you got to say? What's your highlight so far?
Okay, I can't believe that each day got better and better. Like the coast, who would believe that it could be so spectacular for so many kilometres? Just every bend you come around, you just go, oh my God, that's sensational. And then the next bend, it's like, I thought the last one was good, but this is even better. And it just kept getting better and better and better. I don't like to compare things when you travel to anything back home, but, you know, the Great Ocean Road, which I've always thought is the most sensational place in the world, this is trumping it.
Yeah,
totally.
I feel the same, and you know, Jane and Leanne have done a lot of bike trips. They've done the Himalayas with us. I think
That's
you've
right,
done
Himalayas.
the Road of Bones.
Yep.
With Compass, and
That's
your
right.
Compass expeditions, and what else have you done?
We've done the Western States, Canada, Alaska,
Wow.
Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's which is incredible, really. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are, spring chickens. Like
No, we've both hit 60s.
You're in their 60s, and they're, I mean, it's inspirational, really. Like, I mean, it's good. It's great to see that, and it's great to be part of that. It's and even Leanne's been helping me out with sweep riding, and making sure that we. Yesterday, she jumped up the back and needed a volunteer, and Leanne jumped up straight away and said, "Yep," with her bright fluorescent waterproof pants, and did a fantastic job. I'm super impressed. So what's been the highlight for you, Leanne?
I'd have to say the scenery, for sure. Like, it's breathtaking.
Yep.
I think spectacular scenery. And, as Jane said, compared to the Great Ocean Road, which I thought was beautiful, this is trumping it big time. Yeah, and just, it's continuous too. The Great Ocean Road only goes for a certain way. Like, you ride that in a couple of hours. This one, we're taking days to ride it, and it's just beautiful all the way. I love the little country lanes, and you come across a car or something like that, and they pull over and just get past them.
They're very courteous, aren't they? Like,
They
it's
are so courteous.
friendlier than back home, that's for sure.
Even in the city, I've noticed people will actually wave you on. They can see you're a group, so they'll keep you together.
And they're very courteous towards bikers, I find. Like
No, really good. Yeah, so it's been great. And look, the group of people, a bunch of people have been awesome.
They're funny. They've got a good sense of humour, most of them.
Yeah, they have, definitely.
Except for the one that when we were in Limerick, Frankie and I went to pick up the van from Hertz, and I got stuck in traffic, and I was in the wrong lane, and I needed to go, and I had 4 or 5 cars behind me, and there was some road rage. The guy was I don't know what he was saying. He was angry, and he had a thick Irish accent.
Yeah.
But I just put the window up and pretended I couldn't understand English.
Yeah.
It's sometimes the best strategy.
Just let it go. Yeah.
So out of where like I said, we started in Limerick, Galway, Sligo, Marlin Head, now Belfast. What's been the favourite of those stopovers?
Gee, tough question.
Yeah.
It is a tough question.
I think each of them have offered something different anyhow. So, personally, I'm not a big city person, but I'm liking Belfast.
I really like Belfast. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's a tough question. Like each place is offered
It's like
something
asking
new
who your favourite child is, sort of thing.
no,
You
it
know?
can't do that. Jeez.
Like you have got one, but you
Yeah.
kind of don't want to say it, do you?
But no, they bring all different experiences to every, and
Yeah.
it depends also on how you're feeling by the end of the day, and whether you get out to explore a little bit or
Yeah.
not, or if you're just really tired, and you just want to get an early night.
I don't know about you, but I've been shattered at the end of every day. Like they're 200, 250 Ks most days, but
I know,
windy, just sensory overload.
Yeah,
Like
I
just,
think that's right.
and it's like you get to the end of the day, you have a couple of pints and you're gone, you know. Like it's,
I've been exhausted every day, and I
Yeah.
think I'm just getting old. But it
No, I
is-
don't know if that's it. It might be a bit of jet lag still hanging around, but
No.
I don't know. It's like you do 250 Ks back in Australia, and you're like,
It's in a blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done it. But
Yeah.
I mean, we're also on different bikes, which I'm loving the bike too. I'm
what are you
loving
riding?
The Royal Enfield 350 Classic.
Ah,
Yes. So
that
initially,
that.
I was a bit,
I was surprised you picked that actually.
Well, it was sort of that bike was there
Yeah.
and I was there. So I wanted to jump on the Himalayan, but the new Himalayans are a bit taller
Yeah,
and I didn't
yeah.
touch the ground as
Yep.
comfortably as I would like.
Yep.
So the Classic, I'm actually, we're getting a good relationship.
They're a lot of
now.
fun.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
I've ridden a 350 Classic around Tassie a few times, and I
Yeah.
really loved it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
got to, those big hills. You got to
Yeah.
get a bit of momentum when you're hitting the hills, but that's okay.
That's probably the worst of it. And
Yeah.
that's not.
Yeah.
If that's the worst of it, it's not bad.
No, not at
Yeah.
all.
No, it's really good. And the weather, I've got to say before we go any further, the weather.
It's been very kind to us.
It's been so kind.
We've been swimming at the beach. And the beaches are beautiful here, like up there with
Empty.
with Australia. Like no one on them.
Yeah.
Water's a little bit cold, but once you jump in, it's okay.
And I'm surprised there's been the sandy beaches. Like,
Yeah.
'cause I expected them all to be rock beaches.
Pristine sandy beaches.
Yeah,
Like,
beautiful. Beautiful.
jump on, you'll see some of the photos. If you're listening, jump on the social media pages, and
Yeah.
we've got the drone, so we'll make a few videos and that. But yeah, just crazy, like it's exceeded my expectations. So
It's far exceeded mine. I didn't realise that riding here was going to be such a good experience. I just thought, I haven't been to Ireland and there's a ride, just let's go do it. But I didn't have really any expectations. I'd heard
what
it was
attracted
good.
you to Ireland? Like,
It's just I hadn't been here before.
yeah, okay.
So,
Well, you're an easy target then. So every year I've just got to find a
Totally.
place that you haven't been
Zone.
to,
You-
come up with a ride, and just go, yep,
Look at-
Jane and Leanne will be in.
send me an email and
Yeah.
I'll do it. Would you believe I read your email about this ride? I was in Vietnam when I read it,
Yeah.
and I went, oh wow, Ireland, that sounds pretty
That'll
good.
do, yeah.
So I flicked an email to Leanne. I said, you want to do Ireland? And she goes, oh, yeah, why not? So
Been a long time in the, like
In the
we
making.
sort of, I reckon over a year ago we started pulling this one. Oh, it was actually when we were in Sri Lanka in February last year. So it's now, what month are we in? June, May.
May, yeah.
So well over a year ago
So
that
it's a
was
good-
conceived.
It's a good post-COVID, get out there and
Yeah.
do another ride.
Yep.
So I sort of didn't ride so much through COVID and didn't have the opportunity to travel overseas, and
Yep.
so it's been really good.
And Leanne, what are you riding?
I'm riding a 350, black and grey.
Black and grey. You're riding a 350 Meteor, I think.
Meteor?
I think it's
Could
a
be.
Meteor. It's a little cruise. It's
It
a
goes pretty
similar
fast,
bike,
like
but it's
Meteor.
yeah.
Pretty fiery.
Yep. Missing a little bit of a brake
Yeah,
lever
just
at
a
the
bit of a
moment.
Brake lever for a little bit of a drop you had in the car park. But still works well.
It's all right.
No dramas. And the choking mirrors, I got to get them tightened. But
I did that today for you.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah,
thank
so
you.
it should be okay.
Yeah.
I noticed they were loose, so
yeah.
we're rest day today. Chance to tidy up the bikes. So, how did you get into riding? How long have you been riding for?
Well, okay, so I started riding when I was 17.
17.
Yep, it was my mode of transport until I was 20. Then I got a car licence. And then I had a family and things like that. And so I sold the motorbike, traded for a car, regretted it. Then the family kind of grew up and everything else, and I thought, stuff it, I want to go back riding again. So, and I hired a bike a couple of times during that time and had a ride, which was awesome. And you get the feel for it again. I never lost the feel for it, actually. I always wanted to ride again. And then, about 15 years ago, I decided to stuff it. I went out and bought a bike, my first bike, and then rocked up at Jane's place and said, "Come on, Jane, bloody get your licence, let's go." So, anyway, she did, which is great. And so I've had a ride buddy the whole time, so it's been awesome.
How do you guys know each other?
We met through our kids at school.
Right,
So,
yeah.
So, Jane's daughter's the same age as my niece, so they went to birthday parties together, which I was at. So I met Jane there, and then when my kids went to school, same deal, Jane was there again.
Yeah.
And then we started walking together, and then that's sort of how it grew. Yeah,
And you started riding together, and you started travelling together, and
Yep.
here we are in Belfast.
Yeah, 30 years later, still doing it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good you've got that. I think a lot of people get, once the kids grow up and that, and you can get lonely if you haven't got a travel buddy,
Yeah,
know.
for
So
sure.
it's cool, yeah. And,
It's much better having someone you can chat to at the end of the day and share your experience with.
Yeah.
Otherwise we're sitting in the gym by myself,
especially if you're sharing a room and they don't snore.
Yeah.
And you know they don't snore because you've travelled before. Jane's like, oh, no, maybe she
I've
does.
actually got a special machine that I use, so I don't snore anymore.
Have you? Where can I get one of these machines?
CPAP placement.
You've got one. Dave's got one of them as well. So,
Yeah? There you go.
He
Yeah,
swears
they're
by
pretty
it.
popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to get one. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Jane, how did you get into riding? So you heard part of it. Leanne got you into it, or you've ridden before?
No, ironically, Leanne and I grew up in different states in Australia, so completely different
Oh, so where are
area.
you guys originally from?
I'm originally from New South Wales.
Oh, okay. I thought that was right. Okay, yeah.
And I was
Thought you were a
living in
bit different.
Queensland, and I was in New South Wales, and I got my licence.
Fuck, man. That was unnecessary. Yeah, we're trying to
right,
record a
anyhow, so no,
podcast,
I got my licence when I was, 17, 18, when you can first get your bike licence.
17, 9 months.
Yeah, that's what it was probably. I don't know, something like that. And so I was riding for a few years then, and I travelled in Australia, and then I travelled overseas. So I sold my bike to go overseas, and I was over there in England and Europe and stuff for about a year. Come back to Australia, and then I met my hubby when I come back to Australia, and ended up moving to Victoria, and then we raised 2 kids and had a lovely family life, and I'd stopped riding because had young children. And then it wasn't until Leanne showed up on the bike, and I thought I'll just get back into it too. So because we'd split up at that stage, my ex and I, which was just fine. That was all good. And so we started out. We had a cruiser each. We had the V-Stars. The V-Stars.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yamahas.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yamaha-Harleys.
Yamaha-Harleys.
And we had so much fun on them. Like we did, some road trips, and we thought we were so super cool. And we, riding down the highway and all that stuff. Then we went to a celebration of Australian women in motorcycling at Yakandanda in Victoria.
Yeah.
And come across some ladies there, and they were on GSs, on the adventure bikes.
The big BMs.
Well, they were smaller ones, those small ones, yeah.
Small GSs.
Well, they were the... Yeah.
Oh, those single cylinders. Yeah, I used to have one of them. They're a nice bike.
Sort of, I transitioned from the V-Star to a Ducati Monster, so I was riding that.
They're a nice bike.
They were a very nice bike. I was in love with my Ducati. And then Leanne bought her adventure bike, and then we decided we were going to do a trip around Australia, so I bought an adventure bike exactly the same. So mechanically, if we were travelling around Australia, we could, it was the
smart.
same bike.
Same tools, same parts, yeah.
So then...
Same mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leanne's
Have a little bit of a dig there.
No.
Leanne's a mechanical-minded.
Leanne's the mechanic
Rider, yeah.
in this travel friendship. She's the mechanic, and I'm the technology person. So... Yeah.
We have a similar relationship,
Yeah.
Frankie and I. Well, Frankie's getting pretty good on the spanners, I must say. Yeah, and I'm not getting very good on the tech.
Yes. You should do everything, eh? Yeah.
So that's how I got into riding. So it's just ironic we both ended up back on bikes.
Yeah.
So similar history, but didn't know each other way back then. So haven't looked back. And then we were doing a trip around Australia on the adventure bikes. We decided we'd do a Simon Pavey off-road skills to learn how to ride off-road because we were doing around Australia.
What did you learn?
Learn heaps.
Did you?
It was amazing.
Right. You might be able to teach us a few things.
It was
Maybe we should go do some off-road tomorrow.
Really good. And then So from there, instead of going around Australia with Compass Expeditions, they would do a ride from London to Magadan, the Road of Bones ride. We ended up doing that because we thought...
Tell us, talk about that.
We thought we were so clever that we could ride off-road that we'd go, oh, damn it, let's just go jump
pretty
in 2
fucking
feet
wild.
first. Yeah, so it's London to the east coast of Russia. You go right through 15 countries, 28,500 kilometre ride, 106 days. There were a group of 16 of us.
Yep.
And it was probably, I think, estimating 5,000 to 6,000 kilometres of dirt of off-road.
Yeah, right.
So
Did you come off?
everyone had an off at some stage.
I got the most. I got the most offs.
That actually doesn't surprise me. We've been here 5 days and you've had a couple of offs. One on the bike
Yeah, okay.
and one in the pub.
Harsh.
One in the pub.
The pub wasn't your fault.
So,
I
yeah.
dropped the bike in the car.
No, we were sitting there last night having a couple of pints and Leanne went down and no harm done, but I do believe you got an egg on your head.
I have got an egg on my head. It's a little bit tender as well, yes.
So,
it's a hard floor.
But Frankie may or may not have been involved in that, but we're not pointing the finger.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Nobody's fault. It's just those stupid chairs in there.
So
Yeah, it's
Road
really
of Bones, how many days was that?
106.
106 days, that's like fucking 3 months.
Yeah, it was.
And how many people? How many?
We ended up with 14. Ended up with 14 riders at the end because 2 got broken on the way. 16, yeah. Yeah, so 2 of the guys ended up not finishing because they were broken.
Pussies.
One broke his ribs and the other one broke his ankle.
Could have kept going, strap it up. We had a bloke in Vietnam who broke his foot and he rode the next 5 days with a
did he?
broken foot.
Yeah.
No, we were like, yeah, he'll be right, just put some ice on it.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Down a hill. And then, it's pretty bad.
I had one really funny crash, if you can call it that. It was going through Mongolia,
Yeah.
and you know how you say that we got that saying, pick and commit. You pick your path and you commit to it. I picked my path and halfway through it I thought, shit, I shouldn't have. I ended up falling down amongst all this bull dust. And I came up, the guys came and helped me pick the bike, pick me up, and I had dust coming out of everywhere. And one of the guys couldn't stop laughing at me. If he looked at me, he'd just crack up laughing again. He said, oh my God, there's so much dust.
And what,
But, yeah.
they'd be on BMs, yeah?
Yeah, on our
1200s?
bikes. Yeah. No,
On your own
we were
bikes, yeah, right.
On the 650.
Big fucking bikes. Oh, 650s. Yeah,
650
right.
twin, yeah, so it's
that's
800cc.
Are they
engine.
they're not a twin, are they?
Yeah. Yeah, they are. The F650 GS.
Are they?
Yeah,
Right,
they got the
okay.
single ones as well. But
Oh, I had
those
the
are
single,
twins.
yeah. I had the 650 single, yeah, right, yeah.
And we're on the twins,
I
yeah.
forgot
Yeah.
about that off.
Did
What
you?
about your other off?
The other one was really spectacular in a car, pulling into a petrol station, and I don't know what happened, but I ended up crashing on the concrete, then had a bit of a sore shoulder and a bit of sore ribs.
What year did you do this?
10 years ago, 2014.
10 years ago. So you were in your 50s then.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's
Yeah.
pretty fucking adventurous.
yeah.
So, yeah. I reckon it is. I haven't done it.
No, well, that all started because when we did the off-road skills, we went to Arkaroola, but instead of going the main road, one of the guys from Mudgee said, oh, there's a track that you can go down
Yeah.
to get there. And the track was 92 Ks, I think, something like that. And it took us about 5 hours to do it. And it's like through riverbeds and over rocks
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And that night I said to Mick, this is level 1 riding skills. What level is that we did today? And he said, some of his level... Oh, Simon Pavey actually said some of his level 2s couldn't have done it. And then Mick pipes up and says, if you can do that today, you can do the Road of Bones.
Yeah.
So that was sort of...
I will just add we're recording live in the Bullet Hotel in Belfast, and they're quite noisy, so bear with us. So
There we go.
it's very different to what we do. Like we sort of hone in on areas and really get into the detail, whereas that's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The Himalaya ride, I thought was brilliant. The scenery there was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
yeah. Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, it's
Where's it?
the Himalayas.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you come off there?
Oh, yeah, in the water a couple of times.
It's funny. I did that last year again, and we went through where all those river crossings are through the Spiti Valley, and
Yep.
it was dry. So I was,
Oh, okay.
and I was sort of wording everyone. I'll go right. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Like, it's a hard day, and
Yeah.
there's that one day where there's like 15 river crossings and
Yeah.
it's rocky and everyone falls off and it's fun, and it was nothing. We got in at like 2:00 in the afternoon. Like, it was like, sorry guys,
Awesome.
they were disappointed. They're like, oh, we thought it was going to be hard. A few of them were like, that was really hard, and I'm like, nah. So it can be like way steep some days sometimes, and it's flowing. It's a sheer drop, 1,000 metres down the other side. You don't want to go over.
No, that was a bit scary, some of those drop-offs.
Yeah.
I was
Surprised we haven't lost anyone, actually. To
Well,
be honest.
thank heavens for that. I did think when we were riding that, I thought, God, if you come off here and then you tumble a bit too far, you're off the edge and you're going to be,
Yeah.
you're going to be dead.
But,
so not just injured, just you're going to be dead.
Yeah, we're doing Himalayas again next year, but we're doing the big 18-day loop, which is cool. Yeah,
Okay.
you should try that one.
Okay.
We go up through Kashmir. So there's a whole. You guys did the shorter trip.
Yeah.
It's where you fly in and ride south, or
Yeah.
north to south to north. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing that one anymore. We're just doing the big full
one.
loop, which is
Yeah.
cool. So yeah,
No,
might have to get you on that one.
So, but I've got to say, doing these rides too, it's really good because you just meet people
Yeah.
that are like-minded, and you end up with some friendships that just
Yeah.
last for years and years. Like, I mean, people we rode with on the Road of Bones, we went and spent, I don't know, a couple of months with them riding through Alaska and Canada.
Yep.
And borrowed a bike from someone in Canada who was on the Road of Bones. And, I don't know, just the friendships all around the world that you got now because of it.
Yeah. It's that's what a lot of people don't. It's more than just a ride, isn't it? Like
It is.
like, it's that you factor in the social side of it, and then we're working as a team as we go through and corner marking. Like, I was amazed yesterday coming into Belfast. I fucked up the maps and that and got a bit lost and did a bit of a loop and thought we're going to lose people here for sure, and we didn't.
No, it's a serious team effort. It's really...
Day 5 and everyone knew how we roll and everyone waited on the corner. No one panicked and we all got into the hotel.
It was. It just flowed.
Right in the middle of Belfast, and
Yeah.
we all rolled up, put the bikes away, had a couple of beers and had a good laugh about it. It was good.
No,
Yeah.
it's actually really good. But everyone's here for the same reason.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to do the ride and wants to... Yeah, everyone's pretty groovy.
An island's funny. Like, it's not our usual style. Like, we sort of go for the more adventure. We like a bit of off-road stuff, but I feel that it's got that.
I haven't missed any off-road. Like, I haven't thought I want off-road. I'm quite happy and content with the stuff we've been
they're
doing.
sort of single-lane roads, tiny
it's
little
been-
roads, no one on them, just incredible scenery.
Plus, you wouldn't want too much technical stuff anyhow because you're too busy looking at the amazing scenery.
Yeah.
So if we're on road, it's pretty cruisy
And
because
it-
you can be taking in the scenery as well.
It strikes me how remote and rugged it is on the west coast, at least. We're riding for hours and hours and hours and see no one really. Like,
No, it's just
out to
amazing.
those little, points, and it's it's a small island, like the same size as Tasmania, but it's got a lot of remote. You feel like you're fucking
The only
miles
ones
from
who-
anywhere.
yeah.
Your shit goes down here, we're in trouble. Like,
But we're probably pretty close to most things. But
yeah. Well, you'd be surprised though. Like, 2 or 3 hours, and from the nearest major city or town.
True. True, yeah.
On an island this size, it's not like anywhere else in the world.
Look, I'm so glad I've come and ridden, and I'm glad that I've come here and I'm riding. Like, I think you could see Ireland as a tourist
You miss
in a
lot.
different way.
It's a different experience. Yeah.
and you would miss, like, it's about the ride, not just the tourist side.
Yeah,
That's,
we see so much more. It's not like we've popped into a few of those,
touristy
must-see
things.
places like the Cliffs of Moher and the Giant's Causeway, and look, they're nice. But, you've got the coaches and everything going in there, and it's like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like,
But, it's those places that you've heard about that are good to see.
Yeah.
I've actually
well,
seen
you're going
it.
past, you might as well pop in.
Yeah.
It's like,
So-
but they're so set up for mass tourism.
They are.
That's
And I
what
think
feel.
if you did it in a car here, Oh, well, Leanne, you can speak about doing a car because you did an car 16 years ago, and I think you can talk about that more than me.
Yeah.
About how it's a different experience on the bike. I
Yeah,
reckon.
totally. I know when I did it, 16 years ago, I came here to visit my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And they were over here for 12 months. I stayed and stopped with them for a month. So the first couple of weeks I just hung out at the house, and the next 2 weeks I kind of did a bit trip up the west coast. But
Yeah.
I didn't see anything there like I've seen on this trip.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like Cliffs of Moher I saw, and Colmore Abbey, which were beautiful.
Yeah.
I spent more time probably at Colmore Abbey.
Yeah.
It was different then to what it is now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I know when I was doing that trip, I said to Lisa at the time, I said, "Oh, this would be a great place to ride a bike." And now I'm freaking doing it.
It is.
I'm
Yeah.
really wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
actually inspired me
Yeah,
to
right.
do more riding. Yeah, like
Oh, good.
after COVID and things like that, it's
Yep.
sort of like every other weekend we're out riding the bikes, and it sort of hasn't picked up again since then. And I thought, oh, this is probably the last trip I do, but now I'm thinking, nah, it's not.
Nah, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
What is there any sort of destinations that are on your radar that you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind hitting that one up one day?
Yeah, well, South America, definitely. Yeah.
Ah, Patagonia, or
I would love to go to Patagonia. That's on my
we
top
can
of my
we can
to-do
help you
list.
out with that.
To-do list. Yes,
I'm leading a tour there in February next year
Oh yeah.
with a bunch of people from Manchester in the UK, which have been on a lot of our trips. Good lads actually. Bit of a handful. They like a bit of a party at the end of the day, but good people, you know. Like, so I enjoy travelling with them. They say it how it is, you know. But they're gentlemen, like, you know. They're not bogans or any. Oh, Robin is a bit of a bogan, but you know, if you're listening, Robin. Yeah, I'm just sorry. I actually am in the UK at the moment. So, no, they're great people actually. But yeah, that'd be cool one. Yeah. So we got Himalayas over there, so it's a good
Yep.
bike for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't reach the ground in the Himalaya. That's the only trouble. I've struggled on this one.
Oh, we
this
might have
bike I'm
to-
on.
Yeah,
on tippy
right.
toes. Yeah.
Oh, 1 foot's okay. Oh, look out. Frankie's come back with snacks.
Go for it.
There we go. Corn chips, hummus. Oh, salsa. Righto. This is good. We don't get this for every podcast. It's normally home brew. Home brew and prosciutto. So, Jane, you, Patagonia or South America as well? Or
Yeah. Wouldn't mind. Patagonia's been high on Leanne's list, and it hasn't been on high on mine, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely join up for the ride.
do you guys eat meat?
No.
Or are you vegetarians?
No, predominantly vegetarian.
'Cause that's,
I hear there's big vegetarian. Yeah, we've
It's-
been
the
in
meat-
South America.
The
yeah.
meat in Argentina is.
We heard.
You might want to consider becoming. No.
No.
But the wine's good too.
Yeah. So we were going to do a ride around South America, and it was actually with Compass,
Yeah.
and it was circumnavigating South America, but it got canned because there weren't enough people to do it. And so instead of doing a ride, we went to South America and did a trip through South America with Intrepid.
Yep.
So we did do.
How was that? Like not being
It
on
was
bikes,
really good.
Like, yeah, right.
It was really
Okay.
good. It's quite basic, but
Yeah.
you're not just like on these big buses or anything. You're on public transport. You're with a group of about 10, maybe
Yeah.
12 people, and you have a guide. So it takes that pressure off finding places to stay.
Yeah.
So we did do like South America, but we haven't done South America on bikes.
Yeah.
So-
What's fun? What's the funniest thing you can think of that's happened to you on a bike trip?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I put you on the spot a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. The
I'll tell you-
fun thing is the people. The funniest. Whoa, we're
Funny
gonna-
shit happens. Like
It
you know,
does.
I rolled into Dublin the other night. I think you guys probably know this story. And jet lagged and straight into the beers. You know, a lot of catching up to do with the guys on this trip. Like everyone on this trip I know really well. I've done a trip with them, or you know, I know I'm in one. You know, so I think it was me, Sid, Gio, a few of us got back to the bar in that library bar, and then there's a Canadian guy there, and he started bringing trays of bloody whiskey shots out, and like I don't drink spirits typically, like you know, I'll have a few beers, but you know, and started getting a little bit wobbly, I guess you could say. And then we went out to the the main area outside the bar there, and there was a bunch of Irish people sitting around in a circle with chairs, playing guitar, acoustic guitar, and the girls were singing like acoustic cover songs of like quite slow sort of songs, but beautiful voices, and they were sort of like, you know, we sat down and were just listening, and they didn't mind, you know, they were all good with it, and you know, the whiskies kept coming out, and there was more shots, and then, you know, they sort of had a bit of a rest, and I said, you know, might make a song request. You guys know any Bee Gees? They're like, I can't really remember what the response was. I said, my favourite song at the moment's Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. And they're like, Matt, this is a funeral wake. And I'm like, okay, that's probably bad taste, you know, like, but funny, and they didn't care. They were like, they sort of had a bit of a chuckle. This stupid Aussie guy had too much to drink, and then I picked up the guitar, so I can have a crack, and I started playing Stairway to Heaven because it's one of the few songs I know. Anyway, it's a funny story.
Yeah, look, there's so many funny stories.
But they laughed, you know. Yeah. They're like, you know.
I was just trying to think of a few, like, what about in Agra in India when we were doing the Himalaya ride, and we went down to Agra for a couple of days before we joined the ride, and I'm not a very big animal person. I'm a bit wary of animals, like, you know, and especially, you know, bigger animals and whatever.
Buffalo.
So we're hanging on one of the street corners having, you know, the clay chai, the clay cups with the chai tea in it, and there was a cow there, like it was only a small cow, and I said to Leanne, quickly, come and get a photo of me next to the cow. No one will ever believe I'm this close to a cow. And I'm walking down the street feeling pretty special, feeling like I was pretty clever, because I was next to this cow, and she took a photo, and the cow was like a bull, and it turned around and went, and it snotted me like all down my legs, and it was just gross. It was disgusting.
Funny you see every scene, the look on the face, like,
just bull snot all over.
Oh, it was just gross. It was gross. So we had, so we had Donna and Leanne there, and they're literally like rolling on the ground, wetting themselves laughing.
You got to watch those fuckers. We had a guy get his ball sack ripped open by one of those in Rishikesh one day on the Himalaya ride. We pulled into Rishikesh, and he was a bit of a dickhead, this bloke, Tim. And, he's like fucking with, you know, like stirring it up, and it flicked its head.
No way.
And ripped his ball bag open.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, well, I wasn't stirring it up. I just wanted to get a photo close to it.
Yeah. He was asking for it, though. Like, that's not... I don't think that would happen. You know, they only do shit like that when you're fucking with them. Like, if you're stay out of their way.
Well, I think Donna and Leanne just were laughed every time they looked at me for the next week. They just cracked up laughing at me.
Yeah.
Then I had to find water to wash myself. Like,
you had to touch it.
I had to go. It was the most grossest, disgusting thing ever. But it was funny. There's a funny thing.
Yeah.
Think of a funny one.
Man, you had some funny stories. You had one last night.
Oh, I had a funny story about Jane.
Oh, all right.
Mongolia.
Let's go, yeah.
Oh, no. Do we have to?
Yep.
We have to do. I want to hear it. No.
You have to tell it now.
I'll pay you back.
Or I could tell it one. You know, we came back from the road. Not from the road of bones, from the off-road skills. We went riding up in King Lake. We thought, we could off-road riders now. We'll go down this little fire track. We head down this track, and then you go down this big hill. And there's a little hump you do at the end. And we're heading down there, and I'm going down. And next time I look up, and here's Jane facing me. She did a whole 180, looking back at me. So it hit the mud the other side of the hump you do. Just
Flipped around.
yeah, I said to her, I said to her, what the hell?
I don't know. You're right.
And then I had to go it, and then I couldn't get anywhere either. It was just too slippery for our bikes.
Yeah.
And then some guy in a small off-road bike came along, and he said, oh, no, your bike's too big. He said, you go up this hill, he said, and you went up in the bush.
Fucked.
He said, there's no way. But that was pretty funny.
Yeah. And we had the bikes up on the stand trying to spin the mud out of the tyres because we had to get grip out.
Yeah.
And
It was a bit of
I ended up in the side again and spinning the wheel at the back trying to get some grip, and then I went across the other side and went crash, and Jane went flying up past me.
What are you riding now?
Same bike.
Same bike, yeah.
Yeah, had it for 12 years or something now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's not. That's so. But you've had. Is it lowered? Is it? Because you're saying you struggle with the height.
Yeah,
on the
I'm still
bikes.
tippy toes on that bike too, but
Yeah.
it's got a low seat on it.
Yeah.
And I got Chris at BM Motors he put some new springs in it, so when I sit on it, it goes down a bit more. Apparently, I don't know that it does, but yeah, I'm still tippy toes. So.
Yeah. Probably just told you that.
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I've lowered it.
Yeah. I'm all right when I'm upright. It's when you go to park it or something like that, and it gets just past that centre point with no return.
Yeah.
And that's when I drop it. Yeah.
Good, funny story about
Here we
that.
go. They're coming out now. Bring it on.
So we were riding in Australia. We were riding with a friend of ours, and we're in country Victoria, I don't know. Anyhow, one of these little country towns, and we were going into pub for lunch and pulled up, and the road was like reasonably. It was on a slope, and so we parked the bikes, and it was. The top of the high side was Leanne, then it was me, then it was Andrew down. And then Leanne was getting off her bike and she got a foot caught in something.
On the padded seat.
Yeah. The air hawk.
Yeah.
So she got a foot caught in that. So then she fell back into my bike, which was then heading towards Andrew's bike. So I stood behind my bike to stop it.
Yeah.
Like
And my bike fell on me.
domino effect down. So she's stuck in between the two bikes, like with a bum down and her legs. And some lady
I've still got a dint in my butt cheek from when I still got a dint in my butt cheek from when I landed on Jane's foot peg.
So yeah, that was a bit funny. But anyway, so I don't know. I'll probably think of another 55 stories after we finish this. So there's,
You got to put yourself out there. Like it's nothing interesting or funny happens if you just sit at home, watching shit on Netflix. Like it's
exactly.
You get out there. At the time it's a bit uncomfortable, or but you look back and you laugh, don't you?
Yeah, well, I've got to say, it's not always a walk in the park doing these big rides, or there's some days where you're bloody freezing or you're boiling, and you're just like, oh my god, is this ride ever going to end today? And there's other days where you just go, oh my god, this is magic. I just want this day to go on and on. So it's it's a bit of everything. Like it's not a perfect day every day, but sometimes that's part of the adventure, that it's not. You've
got to be a bit of discomfort's good for us, isn't it? Like
it is.
If you just sort of, I think about it sometimes because what we sell is kind of, what's the word I'd say? It's like we're selling kind of discomfort, risk, all the things that we're taught to stay away. Well, inherently as humans don't want in our lives, but we kind of need it. Especially in this world that we live in, where everything's, comfortable and secure and.
But what fun's in that?
There's no fun in it, but we crave it. We crave it.
It's just we're getting conditioned into thinking that that's what we need, rather than, I don't know. Look, we've got friends back home and they go, oh, you girls are always off doing this amazing adventure stuff. So, well, anyone can do it. Yeah. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
You're just going to make the choice to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot, and people find excuses too. Like,
Absolutely.
they're like, oh, I'd love to do that one day. And I'm like, why don't you just do it now?
Do it
now. I've got something coming up, and the missus would never let me do it, or like I can't really afford it right now, and you're like, but you can, because you're like, it's a priority. There's always a reason, It's like, and then you see them years down the track, you're like, no, I can't now. I just had an operation, and I can't ride anymore, or something like that, and you're like, fuck.
So way back when we first started riding together, we had our own little saying, which was like, dare to do.
Yeah.
Dare to do. And, we even had our own little T-shirt, dare to do. And I think we do live by that.
Yeah.
A bit of a mantra, and give it a crack.
Fuck yeah.
So,
I think even Ireland's been amazing for us because, we haven't been here before. So, there's that unknown, and it's like, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, we've got a big day ahead of us. The weather's not looking great, It's like I'm kind of making up the route as I go because, I've got it roughly planned out, but, as you've seen, it's...
Doesn't always work out.
Well, it does, but we don't, it's like you sometimes have to cut it short and because the day's getting a bit long and, you don't know how long it's going to take you. And Ireland's, could really easily get caught out like that, like, coming in late if you try and do too much, It's like...
True.
I can stay like till about 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So, yeah, Frankie's motioning for me to put the mic into it. Yes, they will. They will definitely hear me. I like drinking Guinness. It has a creamy, thick head and gets stuck in my beard. That's whatever. But, I think, so far, halfway through the trip, I reckon it's been sensational. Love travelling with you two ladies. Been good getting to know you guys. And look forward to doing many more adventures down the track. I hope you choose to come back and we don't scare you away.
No, definitely haven't scared us away.
Oh, good.
Definitely haven't scared us away. So.
We're just getting back up on our feet after COVID, and it's just small time at the moment, and we'll see where it all goes. But we got what do we got coming up this year? We got Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Rajasthan later this year. Still got a few spots.
We haven't done Rajasthan yet.
Oh my God. You have to do Rajasthan.
Okay, so Rajasthan.
You definitely have to do that.
Okay, we're up to already Rajasthan, Patagonia.
Yeah. Rajasthan's a special place for us, so yeah. It's very cool. That this place is a bit like Ireland. It's a real cultural experience, a lot of history, and the riding's so much better than you think. You think, after the Himalayas, it's just as good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we throw in a few curly ones there for you too. So
okay. Well,
see how you go in the sand.
No, not a big sand fan.
Yeah, but it's fun. Like you said, you got to
do it. You gotta
go where the
crack.
unfamiliar is. It's healthy. So. But you fall off in the sand, it's okay. It's in the sand.
It's softer than falling on rocks.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But once you get the hang of it, it's the most fun ever. You'll be wanting to ride sand all the time.
Yeah.
It's the best fun.
We'll take your word for that.
I've done it a few times, but I'm still not a big fan. But
Yeah.
I can do it.
You'll do it. You'll be fine. So we'll let the tyres down a bit. Just on the gas.
Yeah.
Put your ass on the back seat, on the pillion seat. Fucking hold on. That's it. That's all you have to do.
That's what
Hope for the best.
When we did the Simon Pavey way back, he said, just, what was he saying? Power on or something. He used to gas on.
Yeah, gas on. In the sand, accelerate. So thank you for your time, Jane and Leanne.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed chatting to you, and I hope that our loyal listeners out there are inspired by your inspirational adventures. And
Way of life, really.
yeah.
True.
Yeah. The world needs more people like you.
Your tracks that you've been taking, like the roads you've been going,
Yeah.
have been awesome.
Yeah,
just little
thanks.
tracks instead of doing the main highways and stuff like that.
Fuck highways.
The little roads and the little narrow laneways have been perfect.
Yeah.
Loved it.
It has
Loved
been
it.
really good, yeah. There's hardly anyone on them. We've had them all to ourselves for the most part. It's
So much
just,
better than the freeways or the main highways.
Yeah.
So much better.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And it's, makes for a big day some days. Not a lot of Ks, but an exhausting day. But
60 Ks.
you don't get much over 60 on those roads. You can't. They're just so twisty.
Yeah, but it's like, I remember when we looked at the Himalaya ride and they said it covered X amount of distance. I'm going, God, it takes that long to cover that distance. Well, it's the same sort of thing here.
Yeah.
That 200 Ks here is equivalent to probably 500 at home.
Definitely, absolutely.
You don't.
Yeah.
It's different concept, different. I don't know. It's just totally different. So.
So we'll open up our Irish proverb book here that we bought.
Oh.
I will say this with it. No, with the caveat that the last time I opened it, that I read that Irish beauty is a woman with two black eyes.
Yeah.
So I didn't write that. I'm just
that's
saying.
okay.
I just be warned. There's some politically incorrect quotes in here. So let's pick one out. Debt, better old debts than old grudges. What does that mean?
No, just keep your money, don't pay it off.
Old debts than old grudges. Yeah, I don't know, but the Irish are very wise people, so there'd be something in that.
Yeah, okay.
Forgetting a debt doesn't pay it.
That's the opposite. Yeah.
I don't think that relates to going on tours.
No.
Something else.
Oh, there it is. Irish beauty, a woman with two black eyes. Beauty won't make the pot boil. What
I
that
pick
is.
one?
Yeah, you
That's
can.
gonna be a
You've already found one, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I'm just like, alright, hang on. Wait, choose a number between 1 and 70. Choose number 63. Alright, here we go.
I was going to get 63 because it's my age.
Oh, well, there you go.
No way.
Oh. Is there a 63? There is. Alright. Here we go. Humour. Crying is not far away from laughter.
Okay.
That's dark. All right, let's look at
That's true.
hope. Let's look at hope. Choose a number between 1 and 6. 5. There's no flood that doesn't recede.
Okay. Optimism.
I don't know, it's all a bit weird, really, but
Yeah.
yeah. Face the sun, but turn your back on the storm.
Oh, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. We're done. Look, next one we'll find a good one, eh? Hey, I didn't write it. The fucking Irish wrote it.
Taking this back off, Frankie, because she's slaughtering our podcast. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for your time, ladies.
That's right. Thanks to
Been a
Nevermind
pleasure.
from us. Yeah.
You're always welcome back, and it's great to. I'd like to get more of your story at some point. So I think there's some dark trauma of the past there that I would like to dig out, share with the world. But you know, I think Belfast is not the time or the place for that. But we'll
Maybe it is.
maybe it is. But signing off.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Leanne.
Thanks, Matt.
We've got 5 days to go.
Yeah, thanks, Frankie.
And so
Yeah,
stay
no.
tuned. Jump on social media. You know, TikTok's the next big thing. And you'll see some very cool shit as Frankie gets that drone footage up and live. So, yeah. Signing off. Jump on Indonesia. We're looking for a few people for that one. October. Rajasthan sold out. Sri Lanka, maybe 1 or 2 spots. So get amongst it. Sayonara.
Never mind the noise. Chase the adventure.